Hello, my viewers. Receive my greetings from Hope and Live. I am Dr. Sarah Mushai, and I'm so glad that you've been viewing our programs on caregiving series. I know that it has been well, and you have become a good follower in such that we are able to receive very good reports from your end, and we are so grateful. Thank you for being a friend of a caregiver. Thank you even for that person, who is taking this information to the next person whom you think might need it. And even you who has been hearing and listening to our messages because you are a caregiver, thank you so much. So I want to say it is a real encouraging moment where we have been knowing that there are people that have been receiving help and have been receiving positive information even as they listen to our series on caregiving. Today, we are going to talk about a very sensitive topic on what we are calling crossroad moments. Crossroad moments. These are times when we are faced with circumstances that are difficult to make a decision about. As a caregiver, I know there was no time that we were given a manual on where you can be reading and making a decision. There is no place where we do what we call copy-paste. And sometimes you are faced with a decision that seems very difficult, filled with a lot of questions. And the road ahead may seem dark, and you feel it's foggy, a lot of uncertainties, a lot of things that you are not very sure. You don't know whether to hold on or to let it go. You don't know whether to continue asking questions where you cannot receive answers, and you feel stuck in that moment. I've come to talk to us about crossroad moments, not because I have an answer, but because I feel we need to strengthen each other and to tell each other that so long as we make the decision based on love and dignity and respect, then we are good to go. Those are the basic things that we need to address. How do we make decisions? When you are there not knowing which road to take, it seems a forked road. It seems a road that you feel this way there is fear, this other end there is love, but you are fearful of what are the outcome of either of the decision that you make. So crossroad moments are not easy, but I want us to pause and breathe. Just pause a bit and breathe. I am this woman who found myself in such circumstances. I remember when my daughter, Shiro, whom I've narrated and talked about, got a fracture on her femur. And I took her to a doctor, an orthopedic surgeon, who asked me, "Why are you so concerned about your daughter? After all, she'll never walk." These are some of the situations that you find yourselves in. Somebody is asking you, why are you too keen about your mother? Already they have been diagnosed of cancer, they have been diagnosed of a sickness that might not really be cured. And why do you have to take a step to use a lot of money, to use a lot of time? And so these are circumstances that I find many caregivers may find themselves in. Yet they may not have the correct answers. They may not even have how to go about it. But today, as I've said, I've come to ask ourselves, what do we do about it? And in these situations, we need to ask ourselves, if I make this decision, what do I expect? My fellow caregiver, these are moments that we just need to have a lot of wisdom. A lot of wisdom, and this can only be got by, one, we pause a bit and we ask ourselves, what is this that we are at? Which crossroads are we at? Could it be it's issues of the money? You don't know whether to use to sell that land. You have already exhausted maybe the money that you had within your account, and now you are extending it to selling your property, and you're asking yourself, do I really need to drain our family finances just because of this person whom I've been told shall not talk, shall not walk, shall not get whole, shall not be healed? I know that is a moment that is very difficult. It could be a child. You've already been told this child will not go beyond 12 years. I personally was also told that my daughter would never go beyond 14 years. But look, today she is 26. And so some people are in that situation where you've been told your child will not even live for 2 years, will not even live for 4 years. And this child is likely also to ask, if this is a child who can talk, then why should I go to school? You as a parent, you're asking yourself, then why should I take my daughter or my son to an expensive school? I've been told she'll only live for 12 years. She'll only live for 14 years. Why should I take a lot of care? But today I've come to tell you, it's not about you. There is a God who holds the lives of individuals. Do what you can. Just do. If it is taking care of that child, if you feel you need to leave work so that you take care of that child, and you feel that you're financially able to sort out your bills, even if you're at home, that is in order. You can leave your work and take the full-time caregiving. But in the event you are not able to take that full-time caregiving just because you need again to have provision so that you maintain this child or you maintain this loved one whom you're taking care of. In the event you don't have these finances, you should not feel guilty that you have continued working and you have delegated the work of caregiving. So we need to ask ourselves, where are we? Is this going to work favorably for me, or is this going to work negatively on my behalf? Personally, I've chosen to look for somebody who will be taking care of our daughter Shiro, simply because I also need to progress. And in the next episode, we're going to learn why it is also important to do what you're calling personal development as well as doing caregiving. So at Crossroads, when you're at this crossroad moment, you need to ask yourself, if I do this, what are the consequences? If I do the other, what are the consequences? So these are challenges that are very normal. And at the same time, you need to ask yourself, will I feel like I've done my best at the end of the day? Is it going to be, are you going to have inner peace? That's another thing we need to consider. As you make the decision at the crossroad moments, ask yourself, will I have inner peace? Will I say that I took care of my mother to the end? Have I done it to the best I can? That's another thing that you need to ask yourself when you're choosing or you're making decision. Do I have inner peace? And am I making a decision that even in the future, I'll look back and not regret? I'll look at it and say, I did my best. So such are the circumstances that we need to find ourselves in as we make the decision. Secondly, we need to ask ourselves, this person is likely, and because we are not God, this person God will extend his or her life. We will have cemented the relationship. Remember, they are human beings like us. Remember, this person you're taking care of is a human being. This child is a human being. The way you behave towards them, in the event that God restores their health, in the event that now everything is, the roles are reversed, because it has happened that the person who was a caregiver, there can be role exchange, where things happen that the person you're taking care of starts taking care of you. You need to ask yourself, in the event that it's me, the caregiver is making a decision about, how would they make it? Supposing I'm the one who has a disability, how would this person consider me? How would I want to be treated? So this is another thing that we need to be looking into, that even as you go your way of making decision at Crossroad, ask yourself, supposing the roles are reversed, how would I wish to be treated? This is very important. So in this moment, you are asking yourself, what legacy again will I leave behind? When I have looked at this, my loved one, when I've looked at my child enabled differently, what legacy will I leave in me as a caregiver? Will these people look at me as a person who did my best? Will I be looked at as a person who never complained? Will I be looked at as a person who was patient? And would I be looked at as a person who said, let nature take its course? Because sometimes we are promised things, maybe by doctors, and they don't happen as they were said, simply because even doctors, they don't hold the lives of these people. I know there are some disabilities that we are told can be very progressive, and we are told they have a short lifespan. Others, we are told the life expectancy is very short. For instance, we have a disability which is called neurodegenerative disorder, which is quite progressive, that even as it is getting treated, you are likely to find the lifespan might be short. In such instances, do we go by the history or do we go by what we hope for? Today, as a person who is speaking about hope and live, I want to tell you, leave it for God to do his way, but for you, do the best. Treat this child as if they are going to live even above 70 years. Treat this child as if they are going to live even, they're going to go through school life normally without considering they were ever told they might live for a short life. So to me, I am looking at you as a person who could be having hope. And as you share hope with this person, you let them know they can live forever. They can live as long as any other regular person can live. So with the few cases that I've mentioned, examples that I've given, that it could be that the child has been diagnosed of a disability that might have short lifespan, or even a terminal illness of that person you're taking care of, I think we need to ask ourselves, what's the way forward? So I need you to pause and breathe. Don't make a decision hurriedly. Don't make a decision in a hurry. Settle fast. Name the crossroad moment that you are in. Ask yourself, what is this I'm in? So when you ask yourself, have somebody, the second thing is have somebody to walk with. Have companion. Have somebody you can tell what you're going through. This is a person who will help you also maybe listen to you or even help you to make the decision. But you need to at least have somebody that you can walk the pathway with. The other thing is you can gather information. Don't stick to just the report that you have been given. Go about gathering information. Know what is the outcome of this diagnosis. Gather as much as you can. Of course, this will help you to validate your feelings and also that information that you have been given. At the same time, the fourth thing that you can do is now after you have found out and you have gathered the information, now look at the values. Look at the values that surrounds the decision that you are making. And finally, you need to ask yourself, am I comfortable? Am I okay with the decision I have made? So those are some of the things that we need to ask ourselves even as we are at these crossroad moments. And I know it is cutting across. It's cutting across the caregivers who are taking care of those persons with disability. Crossroad moments are cutting across those people who are taking care of people with terminal illnesses. It's also cutting across those people who are taking care of people who are aging. It's possible that you may be asking, this person is 100 plus. Why should we continue feeding her? Why should we continue nursing her? I am happy for those who have made a decision that regardless of the report you have been given, of the decision that has been made by other people, you choose the right path where you shall not be ashamed, you will not regret. And I keep saying that you are still the person I value most. As a caregiver, I value you. I will continue to call you a hero. I continue to call you a heroine because the decisions that you are making are so important and they are very much key as far as the loved one is concerned. Thank you so much for listening to me. My message for you is hope and live. In the event that you are in these moments and you are making this decision, however foggy the decision might be, however uncertain it could be, however you're filled with many questions, just choose to take the right path, that which will be favorable for you, and don't feel guilty. Let you know that all this that you're doing is because you love this person and you should not feel guilty. Thank you for listening to me. We remain available even at TikTok as Hope and Live. We are there at YouTube channel as Hope and Live. You will also find us in Facebook as Hope and Live. Thank you so much. I am glad that you have listened to me, and continue to take care of your loved one, continue to take care of that child, continue to take care of that woman or that mother who is unaware. You have a reward. Indeed, the work you're doing is so valuable. Thank you, and may God bless you.